hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath.
Good evening, good afternoon. How is everybody? We are here to do the Chelsea versus Arsenal preview. We've got the wonderful Brenny, as always. How are we doing, Brenny?
All good, my friend. All good. How's it going with you? All right?
Yeah. Look, I'm not one of these that went on X and said, "Oh, Arsenal away for 2 weeks." I did Arsenal women. I enjoyed that. That was a very good game against Aston Villa, to be fair. Look, the first 85 minutes were stressful. It was not great. And then the last 10 minutes just gave me a heart attack.
It was, that's where it was. But you see, I prefer watching. I'd watch the Arsenal women over international qualifiers and friendlies any day of the week. Seriously,
100% I would as well. Big up to Temi. Are we live? Look, this is Arsenal. It's so important to a lot of people, and not just it's for mental health as well. Your football team is part of your family as well, and it's really important. Big up to Tony Fulbrook, evening Bobby, and Brenny, and the chat. Big up to Errol. Hope you're doing well, Errol. Hope you've been keeping well. Same as you, mate. I hope everything's going well. Personally, I know what's been happening personally, so yeah, I hope everything's going well. I didn't notice you were stressed, Bobby. I'm pretty sure you did, Tony. Even Mr. Silver Fox clipped me and put it on X. He knew how stressed I was. That was a stressful game. Big up to Luke as well. Big up to Temi. So far, so good for Errol. Good. I'm glad everything's going well for you, mate. And big up to Satvic as well. Bobby knows. Big Bobby knows I can't cope with international breaks. This is why I try and do other stuff. This is why I do the Arsenal women. I know
you don't, Luke. I know you don't.
The thing is, after this weekend with Arsenal women, they then go on to international break. So I luckily Arsenal men are back for the international break for the Arsenal women. Because look, next international break, which is in a month. I'm sorry, but it is back in a month. Arsenal women will still be playing, so we'll still be covering those. So don't worry, I will definitely keep you up to date with the Arsenal women. Big up to Satvic saying evening to everyone. Right, Brenny, it's Chelsea. A lot of people have a lot of hatred towards Chelsea, more than they do to Tottenham sometimes, which is interesting. But how are you feeling about tomorrow night's game?
Do you know what? Years ago, right? It's funny because like 40 odd years ago, it's one of them games where you always knew you were going to get a tough game at Stamford Bridge. When we were kids. And then it just got to a point where we started going there and just having fun. I think there was a period where we never lost there for, I think, 5 or 6, about 6 years we never lost at Stamford Bridge, something like that. During the early Arsene Wenger period. And when you go there, we always look forward to going there back in the day. But then when Roman came along, when everything else came along,
yeah,
we had tougher games. You know,
We did.
tougher games. I mean, when Roman Abramovich came along, we in terms of the league, Stamford Bridge fixtures, we still hadn't lost in a couple of games. I think we won one and then we drew one,
Yeah.
and then we had the odd draw here and there, quite a few defeats, you know, and then we'd pick up, you know, the odd couple of wins over like maybe 4 year period where during that time Chelsea obliterated us, including that 6-0 in 2014. And it was, and even during those times, I was like, I'm not looking forward to Stamford Bridge, man. I never looked forward to those games in that time. But
Yeah.
I always look forward to the home games because I've always said I don't care what type of form we're in, whatever. I expect us to beat teams at home. I don't care who you are. You know, that's your fortress. You know, and Chelsea came to us and gave us some beatings as well. So, but now, how I'm feeling tomorrow, I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling. I feel that we can get something tomorrow as long as we're not complacent. Because I think we can only beat ourselves. No disrespect to Chelsea. I think from a few years ago when Chelsea were a top 2, top 3 side, there was times where they were playing us, and we were the ones in transition. We're no longer the ones in transition; they're in transition. You know, so tables are definitely turned there, and I'm really looking forward to this game tomorrow. And we've had a great record there in recent years, you know, and hopefully we can do the 4 in a row.
Yeah, let's hope so. Obviously, we'll get into the head-to-heads in a bit, and obviously the challenge is today. And I have warned Brenny, it is probably the hardest one. Not just because Chelsea players are out of form and not playing well at all. They've also got 12 injuries, which is ridiculous.
Football afterwards.
Football is back, but I have to stop watching. Football United are that bad this season. Errol, I would take up NFL. I've got into NFL. I'm enjoying that at the moment. I take a different.
No. Newcastle United have been all right this season. They had a great win against PSV the other day, you know? Yeah. So, no, Newcastle United have been okay. West Ham United not been bad as well. So
Pretty trying to wind Errol up there. Is anyone really interested in internationals? We were about 50 years ago. Yeah, many years ago it was. Yeah. It's not that interesting for a lot of people nowadays. To be fair, we're going to 3-point bridge since Temiola. I hate Chelsea more than Spuds because I think all that success they had was undeserved under Roman. I'm more positive if we don't play Raya, says Tony. Well, we'll definitely get into lineups. People have gone different. I'll put it that way. They've gone different. There's 7 different lineups tonight. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It is a whole new look preview, so there are new videos. So just be aware that things will look slightly different. So this is the head-to-head since the Premier League was established. Played 62 times, drawn 17 times. Chelsea wins 25, Arsenal 25. Chelsea 20, Arsenal 25. Chelsea have won 13 at home, 7 away. We've won 15 at home, 10 away. Our recent meetings, more positive for the Arsenal. 3-1, 1-0, 4-2. Then obviously we lost 2-0. That was that the Lukaku game? Yeah.
And
that
Reece
was
James
just a nightmare.
Second. That was a poor performance.
That was horrendous game. Didn't enjoy that at all. So that's their recent meetings. We'll go into their form as well because it is important. Obviously, Arsenal coming off a 1-0 win against Man City. Beat Bournemouth 4-0, drew 2-2 with Tottenham, beat Everton 1-0, and beat Man United 3-1. Sorry, Errol, but
they didn't beat Villa 1-0.
Did they not? Oh, have I typed that out wrong?
Yeah,
it's my bad.
Villa beat Chelsea 1-0. Ollie Watkins.
My bad. It must be I'm just trying to help the Chelsea fans on a little bit there. So Chelsea lost to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Beat Fulham, beat Burnley, drew 0-0 with Bournemouth, and lost to Forest. So, actual fact, yeah, their performances are pretty bad then. So, yeah, sorry, Brenny, I didn't realise. It's just I work very hard on this, and I type so quick, and I just sometimes.
If it had been three seasons ago, I would have agreed with you, but
yeah. But as always, I always have to go into my 5 to watch. Look, this was not easy because there's so many out for Chelsea. Chelsea is so out of form as well. They're just not performing well. Their players, who I do think are actually quite good, they're just not performing. I did manage to do it just.
Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening?
Right. Oh, wrong one again. I'm not doing very well here. You can tell I've had a few times off. Right. Gusto is the first one, and then Colwill. Look, they're very good defenders. Reece James is actually not on the injured list. We'll go on to that because it's been a long time since I did a preview, to be fair. I just do watch-alongs at the moment. So, yeah, Gusto, I like him. I liked him before he came to Chelsea. He's actually performed pretty well still. Colwill, James, if James watches his back, he loves Colwill. I love him as well, but this is James's boy. He wants him. Probably the most wanted defender by James at Arsenal. Enzo Fernandez, look, I don't agree with the money, but he's a good midfielder. Hardworking. Caicedo, I'm sorry, Tony. I know you're going to hate on me, but I still think he's a very good player. I don't agree with the money again, but he is a very good defender and midfielder. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my brain today. And Raheem Sterling, my partner would say very different about Raheem Sterling. She doesn't like him. I think he's very good. He's dangerous, and that's the problem. He is dangerous, and I expect him to be dangerous for Chelsea against us. Right, let's get into their details about each team. So Chelsea are 11th in the league. That's for definite. They've won 3, drawn 2, lost 3. Average goals scored is 1.38, 0.88 average goals conceded, 3 clean sheets. And this is the bit that people need to understand. Chances created is 2.38. So they're obviously creating chances, just not putting them away. And I think a lot of people are blaming Jackson for that. I think he's missed 3-footers, literally shots in front of goal. And he's a bit like what we've been having with our strikers. Sometimes they're just not putting it away. Arsenal, obviously second, 1-6, drawn 2, lost 0. Average goals scored is 2. Average goals conceded is 0.75, 4 clean sheets. And this is the bit that scares me, and it still concerns me. 1.25 chances created is so low. That is ridiculous. Now, these are big chances. These aren't just half-cut chances. These are proper big chances. It's not enough. Is that a concern to you, Brenny? Because we've obviously done quite a lot of previews together. Is that concerning that it's still not getting much higher?
No. I mean, for me, I think that it will get much higher. But I think with now, it's just, even though we've been so defensively good, I just think we haven't got our swag yet in terms of attacking and chance to create from last season. I'm sure that will come back again, but no, I'm not concerned because we're going about it in a different way this season, aren't we? Really, with the the 8 games unbeaten in the league. So yeah, it's not a concern for me.
Okay, fair enough. Right, let's get into this injury list. It is ridiculously long. It's so long that I've actually had to put two names on one line because otherwise they don't fit in the actual slide. Right, so here we go. We'll quickly cover Arsenal because ours is small. And people, please listen to the word doubt because a lot of people think this means out. It just means a doubt, which means they'll be tested before the game tomorrow. So there's still a chance that they could play, but they have got a knock at the moment. So Timber is definitely out. Saliba, Saka, and Trossard are doubts. Now, out of those 3, I kind of expect to see Saliba and Saka. I don't expect to see Trossard. Trossard is the least fit out of all 3 of them. So please listen to me because everyone keeps coming to me. Oh, you said such and such was out. I didn't. I said they're a doubt. That's a difference. Go on to Chelsea. Right. So Chilwell, Fafana, Lavia, Nkunku out, definitely out. Cole Palmer, Badia Shili, I think that's how you say his name, are doubts. Shalabar, Bettinelli, Chukwuemeka, Ambrosia,
Yeah.
Disasi, and Jackson are all doubts. Now, Reece James, what I've been told, there is a slight chance he will be on the bench at least. Obviously, his injury's fine, but his match fitness is not there. So that is why Brenny can pick him later, because that doesn't matter if he's not, as long as he's not injured. He's not injured anymore. Brenny can pick him later if he wants to. He doesn't have to. It's just an idea, because to be fair, most of the players are actually out, so he needs to pick up some. Right, let's get into the comments before we get into the actual teams. Tony, I have starred your team that you've chosen, so Brenny can mark it later. Won't lie, Chelsea midfield is something serious. 100%. Look, they've got good players. I will never let anyone say, "Oh, Chelsea are a rubbish squad." They're not a rubbish squad. Todd Bowley has played Monopoly. Got loads of everything. It doesn't work unless you've got all the set. You can't put hotel on it, and that's pretty much what Todd's done. He's bought loads of different properties, but he can't actually put any hotels on it, and it's just not working. I know it's a stupid way of putting it, but it works in my head. And plus, I've got loads of Monopolies up there. That's why I thought of Monopoly. Big up to Tony. Even in all something customers, yeah. Look, don't worry, mate. I'm out of sync with preview. I've been doing too many watch-alongs since the preview. I'm out of sync a little bit. Evening, Bobby, Brenny. I trust. Big up to Citizen K. Hope you're doing well. I still don't think we agree from last year. We seem more defensive, says Tony. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Evening, Bobby, Brenny. Ignore the first message. Slight typo. No worries, mate. No worries.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly. And Tony saying hi to other Tony. Right, let's get into people's teams. Now, they are interesting. People have gone for slightly different looks to this team, but there is a new video anyway. Right, so I've started with yours first. I had a feeling I had. Right, so Brenny, this is your team, also chosen by Karen, Josh, and the silver one, funny enough. So you've gone for Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Sinchenko, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. Explain why you've gone with that lineup, please, Brenny.
I believe right now that's our strongest lineup right now. For me, I know we won't see that tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be right. It'll be in goal tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm hoping not to see Partey at right back if he is fit to start. You know, I do understand that you've had your differences with Partey, PB, and I get that.
Yeah.
But what I saw in that second half, the attitude was first class for me. Mind you, that was from everyone, with the exception of Trossard. But that's a dream midfield for me. That midfield alone, I would say, would be the best in the Premier League. That's the best front three we have right now as well. It's for me. If I was to see that lineup tomorrow, or even if I saw that lineup and it was Ryan instead of Ramsdale, I'd be like, okay, but I don't want to see any more wobbles like the one he had against City.
Yeah.
But yeah, that side, we'd beat Chelsea no problem. If you say 10 times we played Chelsea, I'd say we'd win nine of those. That's how confident I feel in this 11.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it is a good squad, but I'll be honest, if Ramsdale's not picked this weekend, I think that's it. It's done. Look, I have been privy to some information for the past week regarding Ramsdale's situation. It's not great, and I'm kind of expecting that Arteta's going to have to pick him, forced to pick him. If not, I think Rambo's gone. Probably in January as well. I can't see where he's going. If I'm honest, I don't understand where he's going to go, because it doesn't make any sense. Because one, he's around 50 million quid as a goalkeeper. Two, I don't know where he goes. This is the thing. Like, Man United have spent a lot of money on Onana. I'm sure they're not going to spend another 50 million on another goalkeeper. Newcastle is the only one I can see, but can Newcastle afford it? Look, they've got loads of money, but when it comes to FFP, they still have to keep within a certain amount that they can spend. So I don't see where Rambo goes.
I mean, reality is we wouldn't even want him to go, would we?
No, I wouldn't. I don't.
You know what I mean? I certainly don't. And the thing is, it's funny how in most squads you could have like for like on the field, but not goalkeepers. You cannot have what? No club can have two quality keepers.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And also, what would touch wood? I hope this doesn't happen tomorrow. But if Ribes start tomorrow, you wouldn't want him to pull up a hamstring or something. You know what I mean? Or he has a damaged finger.
Yeah.
Or get a red card.
Yes.
Exactly. So, exactly. I mean, because what's Arteta gonna do? He's obviously not gonna throw Kyrgios in goal, is he? So you know what I mean? It's there is that.
The worrying thing is after Raya and Ramsdale, we then drop to Hine and Hilson. No disrespect to either of those two goalkeepers. They are nowhere near the level they need to be to play for Arsenal. Look, Ruderson technically is our third goalkeeper, and he's hardly playing for Cardiff, and he's awful. Look, thankfully, there's no talk of Arsenal being linked with a goalkeeper. That would when I'd start definitely having panic bells once we're being linked with a goalkeeper. We're being linked with a right winger, which does excite me due to the fact we need some cover for Saka. But yeah, I don't like the situation. I do get where Ramsdale's coming from as well, because Southgate's not going to pick him if he's not playing, which is fair enough. I don't know how it works with Maguire, but it does. That's a difference. But when it comes to goalkeepers, you kind of have to keep playing a little bit at least, because you need to keep your freshness up. Look, Ramsdale wants to go for number one. Obviously, we've got the Euros next year as well. And to be honest, I think he's better than T-Rex. Everyone knows who I'm on about T-Rex. Ramsdale deserves some respect, and hopefully he gets picked tomorrow. That's what I think anyway. But yeah, good squad. Brenny, what are you going to score your own squad?
I would say for me, that's got to be a 9.
Yeah, I'll agree with you that one. I know you couldn't put a 10 because no squad should be a 10, to be fair, unless you've got the best in the world.
Yeah, this is it. This is the thing. Mind you, I probably would have said 10 if I'd have replaced Checo with Timber.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be fair, I'd accept that as well. If Timber was fit and you picked him at left back, I probably would have gone, fair enough, 10. You can't get much better with that squad. Tony does score you a 10. Big up to Tony. I think a 9 because, look, Zinchenko, we've all discussed it. Defensively, he worries me a heck of a lot.
What he did against City a couple of weeks ago, I was like, wow, I was impressed with some of the challenges he put in.
Yeah, look.
I was very impressed. I thought, you're being a left back, and that's what I wanted to see. That's what we want to see that,
Yeah, exactly. Look, he did have a very good performance against City, but then I'm not surprised he had a good performance against City. If you get what I'm saying, it's his old club. Of course, he's going to step up. It's what he does against the other teams that now concerns me. So we'll see how he performs tomorrow because I'm sure he'll be starting tomorrow. I can't see anyone else. Raya scares me, says Tony. Tony Fulbrook, you've done the challenge. I would quickly say if you can change Chilwell for me, because Chilwell's out, so that would be an automatic fail. So if you can change Chilwell for me, I'll put that in later. Temmie's putting his team there as well, so we'll score that later as well. Arteta always wanted Raya, so no chance for Ramsdale if he leaves. So don't blame him and blame me. This will turn the supporters against Pep number 2. Would it turn the fans against him if we sold Ramsdale? I don't think so.
No, it won't. I mean, you know what? You could for some fans, if there's certain players you want to sell and you think, oh, why is he sold him? But you've got those that would still have the love for Arteta, even if it was the wrong move to make. So no, I don't think fans won't turn on him. You see, fans will only turn on Arteta if you got. I mean, at the end of the day, as well as playing good football, this is a results business. That's what he's judged on.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. What I would say, it probably gives more ammunition to the negative side of the Arsenal fan base.
Yeah.
It will give them ammunition to use. But as I'm not one of these positive or negatives, I'm just an Arsenal fan. I'll say how it is. I don't care if one of my favourite players has a bad game. I'll say it. And to be honest, if we were to sell Ramsdale and we bought a goalkeeper that's good with his feet, cheap. I said it in my I did a fantasy transfer window back in like July. I said go and sign Zach Steffen for £5 million. I don't care who the number 2 is, as long as they can play with their feet. That's where Matt Turner failed, for me. So yeah, that's just what I would say. I'm not fussed. If we make 50 million and we spend 10 million on a second goalkeeper, that's an extra 40 million we can spend elsewhere. So I'm happy with that. Surprising, wasn't too bothered by City in the last game, but the slight feeling of trepidation with tomorrow's I can't lie, and I don't know why. I'll tell you what it is, Citizen K. It's because certain Arsenal fans have gone out there and attacked the Chelsea fan base, done all the banter.
Yeah.
They'll come gunning for every single one of us. Now, I've been quiet. I don't banter anyone. That's not the way I do things. But they're all going to come for us if they beat us. And it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't be a shock result. It's not like a Luton beating us. This is Chelsea. It's still Chelsea. They're a good team. So, yeah. Tony scored you. Tony Fulbrook's also giving you a 9. I agree with you, Bobby. If Arteta continues to field Raya, I think he'll be off in January too and could end up at Chelsea or even United. There's no way he'll go to Chelsea. No way. Not in a million years. I'll be surprised if he goes to any other London club. It's literally going to be Newcastle or United. But I just can't see. Look, if the United situation changes over the next 6 weeks, then obviously they'll have the extra money. I can only see Newcastle. Pope is like 31 now. Is he 31? Something like that. So he's getting to the age where you kind of need to look at another goalkeeper, I suppose, for long term. Pope's not the greatest with his feet. We've seen how bad his red card was. Was it this season he did that? My word, that was awful. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll talk about it later in this year. I'm sure it'll come up in the news. Right, let's get on to the second team. So it's just scores now, please, Brenny. So this was chosen by Richard and Luke. They've gone with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, and Havertz. And I will say that Richard and Luke both said this. This is to do with putting the ex-Chelsea players in against Chelsea because they think they'll perform. I think Jorginho definitely will. Havertz, maybe. What are you thinking about this squad then, Brenny?
Do you know what? If this was a few weeks ago, I would have said 7, but I'm giving it an 8.
Okay.
Definitely giving it an 8. The reason being is because after the result against City, Jorginho had a really good game. Havertz had a little cameo, and you know what? It was a great assist, and it was important. And I'll tell you what, that hopefully, I don't want him to start tomorrow, but I think he can make some sort of impact.
Yeah.
if he comes on, and if he can, like I said already, if he can be an Alan Smith
Yes.
and hold up the balls, whereas White score some goals, then I'll be happy with him all season.
Yeah. What he
You know?
did for that City goal, if he does that, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I don't need him to score goals, to be fair.
Well, those are the
Set him
sort of
up.
things, exactly. They
Yeah.
were the sort of things that Alan Smith used to do week in, week out, as well as score himself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, it's 8 for me.
All right, fair enough. Tony, I've seen you put your new challenge in. Yeah, that's fine. So well done. I'll put that up in the challenge for later, mate. Well done. Right, let's move on to the next team chosen by Nicholas, John, and G Talks. They've gone for Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Sinchenko, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. What are we giving that one as a rating, mate? I think that's literally just a goalkeeper, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an 8 as well.
All right, mate. Yeah, that's literally just a goalkeeper change for that one. Moss has gone slightly different. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zini, Jorginho. I think he has the same theory about Jorginho against Chelsea. Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus.
That for me would be an 8. And 8 out of 10 for me. But also, I'm judging these as well because of the run of form that we've had and the performances that players put in the last game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll continue that form tomorrow.
Okay. Right. Before I go into the next three, I do need to explain why they are slightly different, why there's no Saliba. They're going on the theory that Saliba won't be fit tomorrow and won't be picked. So this is why. So when you Google your scoring, it's not that they've dropped Saliba. It's more the case of they think Saliba's out, same as Saka. So they're listening to the doubts, and they personally would rest him. I get it because we've got Seville on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday we've got Seville.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of get it. Right. So Zaina, Tim, and Carlos have gone with Ramsdale, White, Tomiyasu, Gabriel, Sinchenko, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, Eddie, and Ketia. So what are you going to give that one as a rating, please?
7.
7. Fair enough. I know this is slightly difficult because obviously these are involving doubts. So I don't want anyone going, oh, why they drop Saliba? Why they drop Saka? They haven't. It's just in case. Right. So let's move on to the next team chosen by Stuart, Miguel, Mehmet, and Jonas. Ramsdale, White, Tommy, Gabriel, Cini, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, and Havertz.
I would say 7.
Okay.
Well, don't get me wrong. Tomiyasu, I know he can play at centre half.
Yeah.
But for me, in a game against Chelsea, if he is to feature, start a game, I'd rather have him as a fullback.
Okay, so who would you put then if Saliba was out at centre back?
Oh, Ben White would have to be the centre back, and I'll play Tomiyasu as a right back.
Okay, yeah, that's where me and you'll definitely disagree. I just don't think Ben's a full.
He isn't. He isn't. I mean, well, I think he can play there, but not week in, week out.
Yeah,
not week in, week out. No way.
I would try Kivior. I know it's a dodgy one, but I would try Kivior. Because he can do what Saliba does, bring out the ball, comfortable on the ball, and still have the hardness of Gabriel back there. So I would just maybe put Kivior in there, but I do get where they're coming from with Tommy right-sided.
Yeah, I think you're right there, because I mean, with Kivior, I mean, for me, I thought against Brighton, I thought he had an absolute mare last season, but he's not. He hasn't been bad.
No, when we did the season review, did a couple. The actual stats that he's done for the games that he's prepared, which hasn't been many, are very good. So, you know, and that's the important thing, because you don't get to see him much. You do actually have to look at the stats, because the stats do like help him out a little bit. Right, let's look into the last team chosen by Ben, Albert, and Jack. Raya, White, Tommy, Gabriel, Zini, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, and Havertz.
Hmm. 7 for me.
7. Awesome. Okay. Right, that is all the squads. So thank you very much, everybody, for putting your squads in. I do try my best to get them all up. Right. This is where it's going to get really tricky. I do apologise, Brenny, but you're really good at this, mate. You are really good at this. Obviously, we have got two other squads that are up against you. Tony's also... Oh, actually, thinking about Tony and Temi as well, because Temi put one in their squads. So, Team Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tommy, Party. Oh, okay, so he's dropped Cine. Party, Rice, Odegaard, Jesus, Saka, Havertz, the striker. What are you going to give that one a rating, Tony? Brenny?
That'd be 8.
An 8 for Tony Fulbrook. Awesome. That's his challenge, so we'll look at that in a minute. Temi's. He's gone for Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Zini, Ben White, Party, Rice, Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, Havertz. Have we had that fit team already? I think we have, haven't we? Oh, no, we haven't. No, we've not had that good team. So, yeah, that is a new team.
That'd be 8. Give it
An 8 for awesome stuff. Right. Now let's get into the challenge. And it's definitely not easy this week. Definitely not. Right, so the team is ready. Obviously, for people that don't know, you've got to pick 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from the Chelsea. I will help Brenny out with remembering who's injured. And Brenny looked away at the wrong time because there is a new one that I've put in there because people are getting very aware that I have a certain player normally in most squads that I just cannot stand. And this one, because it's Chelsea, I actually have 3 players that I don't like. I'm sorry, Chelsea, but I just don't like them.
Only one, is it? And they 3.
3 in the Chelsea, yeah. Well, the situation that happened with one player, I always have an issue with a fullback as well. And there's definitely one that I have an issue with there. But you are quite lucky that one of them is also out injured. So there's only 2 that are still pickable. Right.
So, Bobby, I could still pick the doubts, yeah?
No, you can't pick the doubts at all.
I can't pick the doubts.
No, I will help you. I promise. I will help you as much as I can with the players that are available. There's not many.
Well, I was. You know what? Jeez, just the other day I was watching an old episode of Different Strokes, and you're lucky I didn't say something just then because I was going to be like, "Whoa." It starts with what? Jeez.
This is why it's the challenge. It's extremely hard. I've made it harder this season by taking out the injured players. And loan players. Never had them in the challenge, to be fair. I know Moss tried it last year with Lukaku. Unbelievable. Right. I'll just warn you. Also, my internet is warning me that it might die, but hopefully it doesn't. I'm in the middle of the storm here. Unfortunately, the UK has been hit by a massive storm. We're on the base of it at the moment. So, yeah, the rain is horrendous here. The formation for Chelsea is a 4-2-3-1. So we'll go with that. So Chelsea players first, please, Brenny. And I will stop you if you're picking someone that's injured. So don't worry, I won't let you.
Okay.
Automatic fail on the injured players.
Right. Cucurella, he's not injured, is he?
No, he's not.
Left back, please.
Okay.
He's not one of them, is he?
I don't say nothing, I don't. Not until the end. Where's the fun in that?
You're wicked, man.
I know. Your next player, please.
Yeah. Gusto at right back. Gusto.
Yeah. There he is. Okay, and your next one, please.
Raheem Sterling on the left, please.
Sterling on the left. Fourth player.
Thiago Silva.
Okay.
He's fit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fit.
Yeah.
Your fifth and final player for Chelsea, please.
It's got to be Enzo.
Okay. Fernandez. Okay, there we go. Right, so there were the 5 Chelsea players. So who are we having in goal for Arsenal? Ramsdale or Raya?
Ramsdale for me.
Okay. Your final centre back, obviously, you can't have Saliba because he's a doubt. So I'm guessing it's Gabriel.
Gabriel, definitely. Rock solid.
Your final defensive midfielder?
Declan Rice.
Rice,
Consistent
baby.
player.
Right. I don't know if you've thought about this long term, but you've obviously got a right winger and a centre forward to put in here. And obviously, there's no Saka.
Yeah.
So who are you putting on the
Martinelli
right? Are you going to put Martinelli there?
Yeah, he's played there before.
Cool. Odegaard, I'm guessing?
Yep.
And then Jesus up front.
Gabriel Jesus.
Okay, so this is Brenny's team. So we've got Ramsdale in goal, Gusto, Thiago Silva, Gabriel, Cucurella, Fernandez, Rice, Gabriel, Martinelli, Odegaard, Sterling, and Jesus. And I have to tell Brenny, he has chosen one player. I wonder if you know which one it is.
It's got to be Thiago Silva, right?
No, Cucurella.
Seriously. You and your left fullbacks, man. Jeez.
My Wi-Fi is dying really badly, so hopefully it doesn't break at the moment. But I'm going to try and get through this as quick as I can, just in case it does.
Yeah.
Right, so big up to Dimitris and Barbara that went for their squads as well. I'll quickly cover Barbara's because she picked a player as well that was an automatic forfeit. Brenny, can you guess which one of the Chelsea players was an automatic forfeit there?
Modric.
Yeah, there we go. Because the whole situation was a mess. I hated it. I love the player, but the whole situation has ruined it for me. So, by forfeit of Branny and Barbara, and Dimitris has not picked anyone that I don't like. So, well done to Dimitris. He is one. His team was Ramsdale, White, Thiago Silva, Colwill, Zinchenko, Fernandez, Caicedo, Sterling, Odegaard, Martinelli, and Jesus. And to be fair, that's a quite good squad anyway. So, well done, Dimitris. Good squad. So, yeah, well done. But yeah, sorry, mate. You know me well enough. It's always a fullback. I'm so picky on fullbacks. There's only one Arsenal player. If you can get who the Arsenal player is that I can't stand, and if anyone picks him, it's an automatic fail. I'm pretty sure you'll get it.
Oh yeah. I to be honest, I cannot believe he's still in the squad. To be honest with you.
Yeah. You know exactly what I'm on about then.
Yeah, I mean, there's a comedian called The Entertainer, and
yeah,
have you heard of him before? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I love him. He makes me laugh. Dumb Dyslexic Brenny was a 6. Pick up to Tony. I can only pick 11 Arsenal players. I know, mate. Don't worry. Could one of them be Sterling? No. The other one was actually out injured anyway, so you were quite lucky with that, to be fair. I would play Tommy Asu instead of Zinchenko tomorrow. Says AFC always. Big up to AFC always. Luke and Temi all knew who we were on about. Yeah, Cedric should not be at the club at all. Look, I'm hoping it happens in January because he needs to go. I don't want to. I hated the fact, and this is why he's the only player that's not in the countdown. I've done the countdown. I've done the new women's for the Sunday game. I can't put Cedric in that countdown. I'd rather put Gunnosaurus in that countdown than Cedric, if I'm honest. Cannot stand the bloke. Right, let's get on to predictions. Brenny, what we going with for tomorrow?
I'm going with 3-1.
To Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony, you've reminded me again, mate, because you're very good at this. I keep forgetting. Do apologise, Tony. New challenge, Ramsdale, the silver one, probably Brenny Fulford, Temi. But that does remind me to go into your challenge team. Right, that was your first one where you put Chilwell, but Chilwell's out. So this one, Ramsdale, James, Saliba, Colwill, Gusto, Enzo, Caicedo, Jesus, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka. Saka was out as well. So, yeah, I think you only picked 4. Oh, no, you have picked 5. Yeah, but other than, obviously, Saka's out, Saliba's out. So, unfortunately, I know...
You only picked 10, man.
Yeah, look,
Tony,
I know it's...
Tony.
But it makes... Because what I found out last season was no matter what, everyone was picking Saka. Everyone was picking Jesus. Doesn't make it much of a challenge. I've had to spice it up a little bit just to make it a little bit trickier. And it makes you think a little bit more. But yeah. So you're going for a 3-1. I don't know what to do. Guys in the comments, please put your predictions in because I am very interested in your thoughts. I find this hard. Yes, I'm doing the watch along. I don't know why I think it, but I think Chelsea might beat us. I hate the thought of it, but I think they might. I don't know why. I really don't know why. There's no real sense of it. Because yes, they're quality players, but they're not playing as a team. I'm gonna have to go with a 2-1 to Chelsea. Don't know why. 2-1 to Chelsea. I think Brenny, you're joining me on the match reaction, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But what I can cope with Arsenal losses. I'm sure Brenny has over the years. We cope with Arsenal losses, but when the performance is good, if we go to Stamford Bridge and we perform 100% and we still get beaten, then fair dues. It's as simple as that. That's how I always look at it. We can't perform better than 100%, and if we do that and we still lose because Chelsea were just better, then fair dues. I think that's where it's going to be. I think Chelsea, at some point, surely they must perform well. Surely the Chelsea can't perform this badly all season.
Hopefully not tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I hope not tomorrow. But Tony is going with 1-0 to Chelsea. It's possible. I can see it. Look, I'm never going to say you shouldn't pick that because this is an Arsenal channel. You pick whatever you guys want. It's your minds, your opinions. Scoreline 0. Arsenal win. Freak. Jeez, how the heck's that going to happen? Look, they haven't got a Nana in goal. If it was a Nana in goal, I could see it happening. But jeez, so Toby's going for a 2-0 to the Arsenal. If in a few years' time, a bunch of fullbacks, including the likes of Walker, Cedric, etc., go missing, probably will their prime suspect. Very, very possible. Very, very possible. Look, I think everyone has it. If you played in a position for so many years, that is kind of your speciality. You can talk about it like Colm does, who works with me on the FTSN. His specific area is goalkeepers. So when he talks about goalkeepers, I listen because that's what he knows. Moss is a centre back. So, and I think was G a centre back as well? Can't remember where G played. But you normally listen. You kind of do become feel like you're a specialist in your own area. But yeah, I'm losing confidence in Arteta's team selection. That's why. Look, I get it. Because Arteta does like to pull out wild cards when it comes to selections. If we see Partey at right back, you'll see a meltdown within the first 5 minutes of the stream of Watch Along tomorrow because I will not be happy. Partey is not a right back. Look, he's a very good DM. And I know a lot of people know that I'm not the greatest fan of Partey. It's very many reasons why, but the biggest reason when it comes to football reasons is he's not versatile enough. And that is the big problem. He's not versatile enough. And that's what Arteta wants. Now, I want what Arteta wants when it comes to the squad because it's the better for the squad. Do I like Partey? Yeah, I love him. But there's stuff and other stuff that makes me think no. I'll say 2-1 to the Arsenal, says Luke. Luke being positive. Wow. G and the silver one was centre backs. Canners was a centre forward. Yes, he was. Yes,
He was.
Yes. I think we might be joined by Canners tomorrow. He has voted into the actual show, so hopefully he's doing a reaction with me tomorrow with Brenny.
I know he's tomorrow. I'm not too sure, but I know Monday's a definite.
Monday's a definite. Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
The match reaction will be immediately after the full-time whistle. I literally finish the watch along and I get off and I go on to the reaction. So it will be raw reaction. So please, Arsenal, don't upset me. I've had too much stress in these few games that I've been doing. Brenny, thank you ever so much for coming on, as always. Where can people find you, my friend?
You can find me on X. So I'm calling it X now. I may as well just call it Malcolm. So I'm on there now, and I have put out quite a few videos of past Stamford Bridge clashes, and from as far back as the 70s up to about now. It's a good watch. There's not just Arsenal victories in there. There's draws. There's defeats as well. And you could also find me on Instagram, just doing a few more bits there. And of course, you can find me here on the Armory TV.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Tony, I thought this was funny. I played striker, but Wenger brought Henry, which really peed me off and didn't give me a chance. Yeah. It was funny when we brought Henry because a lot of people knew him as a winger and all that kind of stuff. And we converted him into a striker. So, look.
I was happy that we bought him because I thought, he'll do a lot on that left-hand side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a winger. Yeah. You know, I thought, he'd be a great addition. I thought he could only get better, you know. But, rest is history.
Luke say, whereas I was that good, I played centre mid, right wing, left wing, plus centre back. That's the story I'm sticking to anyway. Pick up to you, Luke. Mate, you know how much I love your opinion because I always listen to yours. So yeah, big up to you, Luke. Guys, I am going to be extremely busy this weekend, so you're going to see way too much of me. I do apologise. So tomorrow I've got to do the Chelsea watch along, then we're doing the reaction straight after. I will be back Sunday evening to do Bristol City women versus Arsenal women, 6:45 kickoff, I believe. Then on Monday, we're back again for the Seville preview. Then Tuesday, Seville watch along as well. And reaction, not sure about the Seville reaction. We'll sort it out eventually. We never go hiding, unlike certain fans, but we never go hiding. Guys, really appreciate it. I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.